This time we're gonna be going to 3 different countries. We're gonna start with the China piece we're gonna be performing, which is called Lover's Visage. It's composed by a Chinese composer named Gengan Ru. Gengan Ru was one of those composers that lived the terrible moment of the Cultural Revolution in China. Cultural Revolution was trying to get rid of every influence coming from the West. So he was, like among a lot of the artists, arrested and taken to the fields to work in the fields. They could not practice music, they could not practice any kind of art that had to be influenced by the West. Being an artist himself, he was suffering so much out of taken away from practicing his music. The Lover's Visage is about someone looking for the love that he or she lost, and it goes into a journey until it finds the revelation that is finally what he was looking or she was looking for. So in the music is, in the sounds, where we hear a lot of that kind of anxiety until finally it gets into the blooming of the love coming out of the soul. Now we're going to move to Hungary. Hungary was part of that humongous empire called the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. They had their own way of speaking, their own way of constructing their sentences. The majority of the words start with an accent in the first syllable. In the music of the Hungarians, you will hear always the accent of the words, and the music would be the accent in the first note. And I'm saying this because in the music, they do the same thing. Instead of phrasing that ta-ra-ra-ram, pa-ra-ra-ram, they would do pa-ra-ra-ram, pi-ra-ra-ram. And you will hear that in the music of Liszt. And in this concerto, there's something very particular that I want to point out for you to pay attention to. And it's an instrument that is sitting in the back, and normally no one sees it and no one pays attention to it. In this case, it's going to set up the theme, and it's going to be playing on the E, and it has to have that sound, and it's going to be this. And then the piano and the orchestra imitates that. Enjoy it. I think it's a fascinating piece. The music of Tchaikovsky gets influence from the vast country of Russia. In the Tchaikovsky's 4th Symphony that we are performing is something very interesting because it begins with a big call, which is far more important than just a fanfare. Something great or something impressive is going to happen. It's like in Beethoven's 5th, when it started pa 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 pam, pa 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 pam, something like that. But this time it's pam pa pa pam pam pam, pa pam pam pa pam pa pam, pam pa pam pa pam, pam 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 pam. So it's something incredible is going to happen, or might happen, or should happen. Music is an expression of somebody's soul. So we are not always happy. We are not always just in an ecstasy in a way. I mean, we have different moods in life, and sometimes some pieces only show part of it. So it can be happy, can be sad, or can be romantic, or can be just a dream.